Tonight, a Marine vet and his wife regretting hiring a home improvement contractor from Blount County.
They do. Their contractor claimed he was licensed by the state, but it turns out he's not. WATE 6 on your side. Consumer investigator Don Dare says the couple advanced the contractor way too much money, and that's when you get into trouble.
You sure do. They paid the contractor more than 80%, 87.5% in advance before he had done even 50% of the work. And you'll see that in a moment. The couple found the contractor on Thumbtack. It's an online service that matches customers with local professionals. Unfortunately, the professional they hired, who claimed to be licensed, bonded, and insured, turned out not to be, according to the state's licensing board. The ruse was discovered by an inspector who was called to the house to check on the contractor's work.
The master bedroom currently is right there.
Brett Gibson is standing in the middle of what was supposed to be a bedroom addition to his home in Maryville.
And then this was going to be basically her closet.
Brett's wife, Becky, had been looking forward to having her own bedroom closet. The couple moved into their house 3 years ago, shortly after Brett completed 2 tours in Afghanistan with the Marines. After saving enough money to remodel their home, their contractor first put up walls in the basement, but he never completed the laundry area. The work stopped. A downstairs shower was installed, but never completed either. The Gibsons paid for a new hot water heater. It was never delivered. Outside, their deck was supposed to be converted into a screened porch. Never happened.
They pretty much just stopped the work, stopped showing up when they realized that the codes office had caught them doing some work without a permit.
A stop work order was issued when an inspector discovered the foundation to the bedroom suite went beyond the Gibsons' property line.
As you can see, it's clearly over the property line about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 7 feet here, and I think it's actually about 9 feet on the back side.
The couple hired Jim Wattles Construction nearly a year ago. More about him in a moment. The project's total cost, $48,000. Wattles received $42,000 within 1 month's time from the Gibsons, which made them feel uncomfortable.
The first check we gave him October 1st, and it was a total amount of $22,000, and we were told that was to cover the materials up front, and basically so he couldn't get burned. $6,500 on that one, $6,500 on another, and the final one was $7,500.
It made us a little bit uncomfortable, but he was really good at reassuring us what he needed it for, what the money was going to go for.
The Gibsons sued Jim Wattles, took him to civil court, charged him with misappropriating funds and claiming he was a licensed contractor when he was not. You took this guy to court.
We did. Yeah. And it did go in our favor. He didn't show up.
In this court document, Wattles was ordered in April to pay the Gibsons $130,000. To date, they haven't seen a penny.
I just feel like he doesn't have any remorse, you know, that he's just going to continue doing this to more and more people.
It was 5:30 p.m. when Wattles said he would meet us last week in Alcoa so we could get his side of the story. The day was bright and clear. We waited for him to show up exactly at the spot where he asked us to meet him.
At the tone, please record your message.
We even called Wattles to find out when he might arrive. There was no immediate response. We eventually got up with Wattles on the phone. Wattles said he's not in business to beat anyone out of a dollar, but said the Gibsons were to blame. Wattles said the surveyor the couple hired made a mistake, that the code inspector held up the project even more. Wattles said he didn't show up for court because he didn't have money to hire an attorney, and he has no money now to pay the couple.
We haven't been able to collect any from him at this point.
So what's an appropriate payment schedule for home improvement contractors? The Remodeling Industry Association suggests 10% down is a starting point. Then 2 more payment schedules based on what work has been completed, the final payment made when the work is finished. The Gibsons now have a lot of work ahead of them. They'll begin in the basement, but finishing up will take a while. They'll have to find new funding first. And that wall Jim Wattles put up, it will have to come down.
Hopefully this will stop them, get the word out there so they won't be able to do this to anybody else.
By the way, knowing where a home boundary line is located, getting that information is up to the contractor, not the homeowner. You can find out whether a contractor is licensed, bonded, and insured by going to the Tennessee Contractors Board Licensing Board website. That address is here on your screen. The website is verify.tn.gov. Again, verify.tn.gov. And Kristen and Lori, it's going to cost thousands of dollars, as you would imagine, to finish the remodeling at that home.
That's just so sad because it's so uplifting to have a great experience like we did. And we did put 10% down, and then the company was very upfront saying, okay, by this date we'll have this done and this amount will be owed, and so on and so forth. Very clear.
Yeah, in 4 weeks he had 87% of the money.
Wow, just heartbreaking, Don.
It is.
And 50% done.
All right. Thank you, Don. If you have a consumer question or issue for Don, you can send it to him in an email at ddare@wate.com. You can also call us 6 on Your Side hotline. That number is 865-633-5974.